Good morning, everyone. Welcome to week 10 of our postpartum series. Today we're going to work on our inner thighs, focus a little bit through there, and of course we'll be working our whole body and warming up the core as well. So we'll begin on our backs. Just let yourself rest on your mat comfortably with your palms facing the sky. Shut down your eyes if that's comfortable for you. Tuck your chin slightly in to elongate the neck. And just take a few breaths here to try to disconnect from what you need to do and the busyness of the day, and try to connect to your body and connect to your breath. Noticing the waves of inhales into the belly, ribs, and chest. And then as you exhale, dropping the chest, ribs, and belly. And start to wiggle around. Maybe pull your knees into your chest, give them a little squeeze and hug, rocking side to side. Maybe extend the legs and bend them, maybe one at a time. Maybe do a little bit of half happy baby, and then if you can, a full happy baby. Just checking in with those hips. How the thighs feel. Maybe extend one leg and then the other. Just noticing the hips and the inner thighs. And we're going to start rocking back and forth. If you have a happy spine, if that doesn't feel good, you can roll onto one side and then push yourself up. And if you're rolling, you just want to use a little bit of control along with momentum, hovering on the sit bones, hovering on the shoulders, keeping the connection through the core and through your breath. And we're going to roll onto a cross-legged position, and then hands come down, and then shift yourself back into the center of your mat for all fours. Spreading your 10 fingers, hips over the knees, finding a nice table shape first. Take a breath in. And then exhale, lift your mid back up, tailbone down, head down. Inhale, breathe and reach your heart forward, look up, chest. Exhale to curl the mid back. Inhale, breathe and reach your heart forward. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good, come back through center. We're going to take your left leg over to the right side. It's going to go off your mat. Look over your right shoulder. Exaggerate here. Really sink back through that left heel. Just open the left side of your body. Imagine your rib cage expanding away from your head. So the right side is curved and crunched. The left side is opening. Good. Come back through center and do the same with the other side. So the left leg's going to go back. You're going to sink it back. Look over your left shoulder. Sorry, it's your right leg that's pushing back here, and you're opening your rib cage and the side body on that right side. Good, coming back through center. We're going to spread the hands again. Engage your core on an exhale this time. And then lift your knees about 1 or 2 inches off the mat. Your shins are parallel to the floor. And feel that start to warm up your belly. And just be careful the shoulders here. Make sure you're not dipped down, that you're pushing the earth away. Shoulder blades are nice and strong. Broad. And then if you need a break, you can bring those knees down. Exhale for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale, come back to table. Re-engage that core. You're going to come back to hovering the knees. This time, you're going to try to do a rounding for cat. Inhale for count with your knees off the ground. If you need a break, you can always bring them down. Just notice how active your legs and your core need to be to keep this hovering position. Okay, we're going to do 2 more rounds here. Notice your breath. Make sure you're still trying to keep it even. Good. Last time, inhale, look up. Exhale, this time we're going to shift the weight back into the hips, up into downward facing dog. Maybe march that out. Good. Finding your center, downward dog. Bend your knees, flat back. Feet come together. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, step up. Or you can hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, come in for a half lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, breathe and reach up. Grow tall. Reach your fingers, stretch. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Plant your palms. You're either going to step back or you can hop back nice and gentle. Try not to make a sound. And lower slowly. Chin, chest, pelvis if you can. Inhale, start with a baby cobra. Exhale, push back, high plank, downward facing dog. So we're going to take an inhale and reach back again. Bend your knees. Exhale, step or hop gently to the front of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, breathe and reach up. Stretch your arms, grow tall. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, lift again. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step back. Strong plank. Take a breath. Exhale, lower. Inhale, come in for a cobra, maybe a little higher this time. Squeeze the legs down. Exhale. Push back into a high plank. If you can, try to go from the tops of your feet. And then hinge your hips up, flip your feet back, find your downward dog. Let's do one more just like that. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, breathe and reach. Grow. Exhale, this time let's go right to the forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, nice strong support, and step back. Exhale to lower, try to come down in one long line. Use your core and your triceps. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, push back plank. Hinge your hips up, downward dog. All right, here we go. Legs are going to come together, feet together. Soften your knees, and we're going to do the right side. So right leg up, pushing your heel back, and think of a nice diagonal line from those middle fingers right to that heel that's in the air. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale, we're going to take the knee across, so you try to touch your opposite elbow here. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, squeeze your core as you exhale to try to touch that knee to the elbow. One more time, inhale. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put that shin down. Or if you're quite flexible in your hamstring, you can take your right foot straight. And we're going to plant that left heel down on the mat. Push your hips up high and lift the left arm. So the modified version looks like this. The shin is down. Okay. Or you can have the full version. So pushing up for fallen triangle. Make sure this right shoulder is nice and plugged in so that you're supported. And you're pushing the earth away from you. Exhale, left hand comes down. We're going to tuck the left foot back. We're in high plank just for a moment. And then you're going to spin your right foot down on the mat and let your left knee and left foot come down. Your left hand, left knee, and right foot are in a line. And we're going to push your hips forward and open up your right hand. So here we're in a modified plank, and we're going to play a little bit with the inner thigh, this top hip, so the right side. So I want you to push your foot into the ground, And feel how that activates the inner side of your thigh on the right leg. Now, if that's enough for you, you can stay there. Or, if you want a little bit more challenge, make sure you're all lined up. You're gonna exhale and fire your core, and maybe lift this bottom leg, okay? And if you haven't lifted it all the way, just imagine someone has to slide a piece of paper or something under that knee. Good. And if you want, you can lift it all the way and kick it forward. Take another breath in. Exhale. Let's come back, meet each other in high plank. High plank can also be from knees. Okay. Take a breath, exhale over. Inhale, come in for a cobra. Exhale, ready, high plank. Downward facing dog. All right, let's flush that out once. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, step or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, breathe in, reach. Grow. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, plant all 10 fingers, step or hop back, nice strong plank. Take a breath, exhale to lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale down. Ready? Push back, plank. And then come back. Downward facing dog. Feet together. Spreading your fingers and bend the knees slightly. Left leg this time goes up. Reach back through that heel. Nice long diagonal line. Exhale. Crunch your abs. Bring that knee to the opposite elbow. Inhale, come back to down dog splits. Exhale, transfer your weight forward, round your spine, squeeze over. One more time, inhale, exhale, hover, and remember you can put it down or you can kick out your leg. Back heel comes down and we open the right hand this time, pushing your hips up high. One more breath, exhale, lower the right hand. We're going to tuck this left leg back to high plank just for a second. That right leg is going to come down. And then you flatten the left foot. Now you look for the right hand, right knee and left foot, and push your hips forward as you stretch this left hand to the sky. Again, we're going to engage that top hip. So this time it's our left side. We're pushing it down into the mat. Feel your inner thigh or your adductors working. And keep your core strong. If you want to start to hover, you can go ahead and do that. Maybe kick out that right leg. Keep breathing. Pushing the earth away from that right shoulder. Right hand is firm. And we'll meet each other back to high plank. Take a breath. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down. We're going to do 2 more cobras here. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Keep your glutes firing. Belly is strong. Exhale. Push back. We'll do 3 breaths in child's pose. Good. Slowly round yourself back to all fours. Tuck your toes. Come back to downward facing dog. Good. Bend your knees. Feet are going to come together. We'll take your right leg up again. And then this time we exhale, round your spine, shoulders over wrists. We're going to tuck that right knee in between. So you're trying to connect it to your forehead. Inhale, kick your weight back, splits. Exhale, center, round. One more time, inhale, reach back, exhale, this time round. Shoulders go past your wrists. And we'll step that right foot through. If it didn't make it, just help it up. Make sure your legs are on 2 skis, 2 tracks. We're going to sink the hips down a little bit. Squeeze your hips nice and strong. Take a breath. And then inhale. We're going to do a crescent lunge. Squeeze your inner thighs together like they want to touch beneath you, but they're not actually going to. And then we're going to slowly frame the foot with the hands. and come up for an easy twist. So you're going to take your right hand to the sky, and then we're going to heel toe this right foot halfway down your mat and spin onto the pinky side of your left leg. Okay, and from here, you're going to squeeze the left thigh, so your left inner thigh, leaning your weight into your right foot to try to lift this leg. So using your inner thigh muscles to lift that back leg. And if you can't lift it all the way, just hover like you're trying not to squish something under that foot. So do one more breath. Reach, exhale, hand comes down, step back, nice strong plank. Take a breath and then lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, push back, nice strong plank. And come back, downward dog. Okay, we'll bring the feet together again. Take your left leg this time up. As you exhale, remember that core. You're going to fire it as you round your spine, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, splits. Exhale, pull it in round. Tuck your forehead towards your knee. Inhale, last time. Exhale, pull it through. And step your left foot between your hands. Engage by squeezing your back glute, lengthen the spine, and on your next inhale, when you feel steady, you're coming up for your crescent lunge on this side. Squeeze your inner thighs. Start activating them a little bit more in this pose. And then we're going to slowly come down with the hands. We're going to take your inhale to bring that left arm up, spinning onto the back side, or sorry, the pinky side of that back foot. Heel toe your left leg halfway down the mat. And then engage your hips to try to lift that back leg. Even if you're just hovering for half a second, using those muscles. One more try. Really squeeze that inner thigh. Exhale, coming back down. Take a breath and lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, push back. Another child's pose. This time let's try a wide leg one. So your knees come apart, toes are together. Then sink back, trying to get your glutes onto your heels. Releasing the body, letting go. Slowly, when you're ready, we ragdoll back up. Let's do one round of cat and cow. Exhaling to lift. Inhaling to open. Exhale, lift the spine. And then tucking back to downward dog when you're ready. Let's march that out a little bit. Soften your knees. Take a breath in. Right leg goes up. Exhale, right knee comes in. This time we're just going to step it right through. Back heel comes down on a 45-degree angle. You're bending your front knee over the ankle. We're coming up for warrior one. Okay, so really important in warrior one that you're using your hips to be active. So that back heel, the back leg is trying to rotate open so you can feel your glute in the back squeezing. This front leg is stable. And the inner thighs, again, are squeezing a little bit, like they want to come towards each other, but they're not obviously going to move. And you have a nice, stable base here. Good, take another breath in. Exhale, let's come down. Come up on the back toes. Sink down into your hips. And again, we're going to come up for an easy twist. Exhale, your hand comes inside your right foot. We're going to heel toe that right foot over and drop the hips a little bit, open the chest. Exhale, push your weight into your hands. See if you can straighten that front leg a little bit and bow towards the mat. Okay? Inhale, come in, drop the hips, open. Exhale, folding forward. Push time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. We're going to come back. Step back for a strong plank. And then gently lower. Inhale, come in for cobra. Exhale down. Shift yourself over to the right a little bit. Extend your left hand and roll onto your left side. And bring your right foot in front of you. And hold onto the ankle if you need to, if it's slipping away. And we're going to activate this bottom leg. So your left leg, your heel is pushing. And you're going to keep your hips and shoulders still, but you're going to try to lift that back leg up and down. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. You should feel your inner thigh doing the work here. That's it. Keep that leg active by pushing that heel. And then imagine there's a pencil on your heel and you're going to draw circles. We'll do about 5 one way. And then 5 the other way. Keep breathing. Feel that inner thigh starting to burn maybe a little bit because it's working so hard. And then we're going to soften the knee so you're doing a mini bend and the whole leg comes up with the knee bent. The leg is one unit. Don't just do the lower leg, do the whole leg. You'll feel the difference. And we'll do about 5 like this as well. And then rest. Give yourself a little roll to come back. Tuck your toes. Come back to high plank and find your downward dog. And just notice your legs. You might feel a little bit warmer on that left side. Warmed up those muscles. All right, let's do the other side. So my left leg is going to come up this time. Exhale, pull your knee in around your spine and step that left foot through. 2 tracks. Back heel comes down on a 45. Lengthen. Squeeze your hips. Come up for warrior 1 when you feel ready. Again, you want to have an active warrior 1. So that back leg is trying to externally rotate. So you're squeezing your back glute. The foot is planted. Your knee is over the ankle and you're reaching up through those active arms, shoulders away from the ears. Offer your heart a little bit up towards that sky. Exhale, hands come down. Come back to the toes and inhale, drop the hips open, easy twist. Left hand up, exhale, left hand comes down, heel toe your left foot to the outer edge of your mat. Drop your hips, open the chest, breathe. Exhale, lift your bum, trying to straighten up that front leg. Bowing to the mat. Inhale brings you down, so we're moving through these 2 postures. Exhale. Inhale. Let's do 1 more. Exhale. Inhale, push the earth, step back, nice strong plank. Take a breath and lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale down, shift your weight, body to the left side. Extend your right arm. This time you're going to roll onto your right side. Take your left foot planted in front of your hips. Hold on to your left ankle and then squeeze your right leg firmly by activating it, pointing your heel, pushing your heel. And we're going to lift up and down to get at that right inner thigh this time. And then draw some circles. We'll do each direction 5 times. Make sure you're still breathing. Shoulders and hips are trying not to move. Okay, so if you find you're wobbling a lot, try to engage your core a little bit to keep your body stable. You should feel the burn in that inner thigh now. And then the last thing we'll do is keep your heel pushing, but you're softening your knee. And we're lifting the whole right leg as 1 unit. Just getting a slightly different muscle here. It's still the inner thigh muscle, but just a different thigh. Different muscle belly. And after about 5, you're going to let that leg rest. Come back to your belly. Plant your hands by your rib cage firmly. You're going to push into a plank. Remember, you can always push into knee plank or tops of your feet or tuck your toes under, whatever you prefer. And then we'll hinge back, downward dog. Let's flush it out once. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, step or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, breathe and reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees again. We're going to reach and grow. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Good. Soften your knees. We're going to just open the feet to about mat or just off your mat distance. And you're just going to soften your bum down and push against your elbows with your knees. Push your knees with your elbows, and you're coming into namaste position, and try to drop your heart, drop your tailbone lower than your heart. Yes. And we're going to push our palms together to open the chest. So if you feel really rounded, see if you can really try to broaden here and open. And then if you're really flexible, you might feel like it's really easy and you're sinking, but just come out of it a little bit. So we're still active through the hips. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull the legs nice and strong and lift up nice and tall. Good. Exhale, hands to heart, and drop back down. Malasana. We do this a few times. Ready? Push. Use your inner thighs to help drive you up. Exhale down. So of course you have to use your glutes and your quads, but today we're focusing on inner thighs. So if you can think about that muscle we just warmed up through our other flow, you're trying to use those guys to really lift your body. And exhale, core is nice and strong as well. Let's do one more. Good. And then we're going to keep the hands together and push your elbows towards your knees. Keep your connection through your tricep and your inner thigh, inner knee. And let's try to push into the earth with our hands nice and strong. And just play here with hovering, maybe pushing your weight up. Excuse me. And if you want, you can jump back, or you can hop, or step back, okay, to a nice strong plank. Good, take a breath, exhale, lower. Inhale for your cobra, exhale down. Push back, child's pose. So because we work the inner thigh quite a bit, we're going to stretch it out today. So we're going to take your left leg up to the front of your mat and walk yourself off your mat and try to get a flat back. If the ground seems really far and your back is super rounded, you can get a block and just place your hands on the block. Toes facing forward or facing the long edge of the mat. Lengthen the spine. We're going to rock your hips to the right side. And already you should feel your left inner thigh stretch as you rock your hips over. If you want a little bit more stretch, you might lift that right arm, coming in for a bit of a twist, and really stretching that left inner thigh. Make each breath count here. Maybe each inhale you feel a little bit longer. And then each exhale, imagine that flexibility coming into that inner thigh. Soften your face, breathe, exhale, lower. So now we rock the hips to the left side. You'll feel your right inner thigh, maybe that's enough. Or your next inhale, you can play with lifting that left arm, coming up for a twist. Really opening through that right inner thigh. Nice deep breaths. Good. Exhale, lower. Bend your knees, soften. Maybe walk your hands back, behind. See if you lift your body forward fold into the wide legs here. And then we'll walk ourselves back to the front of the mat, step back, and we'll do one more child's pose. Slowly folding or unfolding, bring yourself forward and come back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, your choice is to hop into seated. If you're not comfortable doing that, you can step into seated. But if you feel comfortable and you feeling a bit playful, bend your knees and think of landing as softly as you can and using your core for some control. Come into seated. Good, roll your shoulders down and back. We're gonna take the left leg straight and activate your foot and take your right foot over top. Pull your right knee in. We're gonna inhale, right arm comes over like a kickstand. And we're just gonna twist the body, looking over that right shoulder. If you feel good, you might even be able to bend that other leg. But if you bend the other leg and your hip feels really high, come back to straight. Okay, so both sit bones need to be on the ground. This is a nice place to close your eyes. This pose is half lowered with the fish. It's also a really good detox pose. Nice winding of the spine, massaging out your gut, getting in the hips a little bit. Good, and then we'll just inhale and just counter that twist. So going the opposite direction. And then shake out your legs. I'm going to take the right leg straight, left foot over this time. Grow taller, inhale, left arm up like kickstand. And again, if you have the flexibility, maybe you want to bend that bottom leg as well for the full expression of the pose. And sometimes one side is more flexible than the other, so don't be surprised if your pose looks different on each side. That's okay. You just have to listen to your body. Good. Our inhale brings us around. Counter that twist. And come back. Let's do butterfly. So you just put your feet together. Let's start with the feet a little bit further away so it's more like a long diamond shape, and just gently fold towards your feet with the forehead. And slowly ragdoll up. Bring them a little closer and see if you can fold your belly towards your feet this time. Making sure the back is flat. And then slowly rounding once you feel the stretch. So you'll feel the stretch in your hips. A little bit in the thighs. Good, close up those knees. Give them one more shake. And as slowly as you can, we're going to lower ourselves as you exhale. Use your core to let each vertebra come down as if they can come down one at a time. Shoulders and head come last. And then just let your legs go. Just take a moment here to melt into your mat. And we'll pull our knees in, give our bodies a little rock and roll. Maybe you want to try knees further apart. And again, maybe check in with that happy baby pose. We did this at the beginning. Maybe it's feeling a little different now that we've really worked the inner thigh. This is our final pose for the day. Actually, second last. We still have to do Shavasana. So when you are ready, just take your time to settle into your mat. Letting your limbs completely go. Letting your body give into gravity. And again, just checking in. Maybe the body feels slightly different now compared to the start of your practice. For me, I find my right hip is always a bit tight, so in the beginning the right hip felt a little bit higher, and now I feel like it can release a little bit more into the ground. And paying attention to your breath and your body, and just a moment of gratitude here for your practice. thank yourself for taking time out of your day to move your body and help your mind. Carving out just a little bit of time for you. And take as much time as you need in Shavasana. I say to you, namaste. See you next week.